What does the saying, "there's a snake in my boot," mean? The bloke said, Woody's catchphrase, "there's a snake in my boot," is a reference to a common hallucination that real alcoholic cowboys would have had in the 19th century.
Oh, because alcoholics. That's a bit dark for a kid's story.
Yeah, right? After drinking so much at the saloon, they would feel a tingling sensation in their boot and believe it was a snake slithering around.
Okay, but you wouldn't get one of them to be like, "Someone fetch me some hand sanitizer, I've run out of vodka," you know? Hello. Do you know what I'd love to do one day? Like an auto-tune one.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny. How do you even do that?
With auto-tune.
What?
Well, first of all, we'd have to start using headphones, which really we should be doing anyway, I guess.
Yeah.
Like normally people do that, right? They put headphones on so they can hear themselves.
Yeah.
But how would we hear ourselves?
I don't want to hear myself
because it's just recording straight. Why do they wear headphones?
I don't know. So they can hear each other.
Oh yeah, maybe.
But again, like, they're in the same room usually, so what is the point?
I don't know. But it'd be fun if we could have auto-tune.
That would.
It'd be distracting.
Yeah, but it'd be really fun. If we auto-tune, I was going to do an example. Like, make our voice go weird by ourselves.
So you just mean sing?
No.
Auto-tune?
Yeah, like...
What's auto about it?
Auto-tune changes your voice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can do it ourselves.
Yeah, but the auto part is the computer part. Okay, we just want to tune. Let's talk about Toy Story. Do you want to talk about...
Toy Story.
No, we've missed things.
What? No spoilers.
No, that's not what we missed. We missed something very key.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
We're GRZLY.
We're GRZLY, this is Press Paws.
This is Press Paws.
I'm Ted.
I'm Kai.
And today we're going to talk about Toy Story.
Toy Story. No. There will be spoilers. There we go.
There will be spoilers. There will always be spoilers. There will never not be spoilers.
Yeah, what else?
Because we're going to talk about the whole movie as a whole.
Yeah. This movie does not pass the Bechdel test.
Okay, well, we weren't supposed to just talk about it that abruptly.
I was thinking the things that we always say.
Yes, but if this is going to be a recurring feature, we have to at some point start to discuss it.
Anyway.
Not just go, this... I'll talk quieter. This movie does not pass the Bechdel test.
Does it?
Right at the beginning of the movie.
Sorry, right. Toy Story came out in 1995.
Yeah, shocker.
Directed by John Lasseter. Yeah, okay. And then here is the letterbox description. Hang on for the comedy that goes to infinity and beyond.
That's it?
That's like, no.
No, okay, I was going to say.
Led by Woody, Andy's toys live happily in his room until Andy's birthday brings Buzz Lightyear onto the scene. Afraid of losing his place in Andy's heart, Woody plots against Buzz. But when circumstances separate Buzz and Woody from their owner, the duo eventually learns to put aside their differences.
Low-key, a lot of spoilers in that.
Yeah, right?
That takes away from a lot of the journey of the movie. Yeah. Like, okay, first of all, it spoils that Buzz Lightyear shows up. Already didn't know that was going to happen when the movie first started. Second of all...
You didn't?
No, I did, but in theory I didn't.
Yeah, okay,
The first time I watched it, I guess I probably didn't.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And I also didn't really, because I don't remember the first one, so I thought that Buzz was always there. Anyway, I also thought the woman was always there, but she wasn't.
The woman?
I don't know what she's called.
You mean, Jessie?
Yeah. Question.
Yeah.
Are they siblings or dating?
Dating.
Then what happens to Bo Peep?
She's just set aside.
That's bullshit!
No, I actually don't know. I don't think they're siblings. I think they're, like...
Siblings or dating? Instagram account?
Yeah,
siblings?
Siblings.
Yeah, we can write siblings.
And it's Woody and Jessie.
They don't look like siblings. They just look like they both wear cowboy outfits.
Not all siblings wear the same style. They're not twins.
Not all twins wear the same style.
No, I'm kidding.
No, only when their parents dress them up.
Yeah, well...
How do you know the difference? If they're in the same clothes?
Because I'm pretty sure they have identical features.
No, some of them are identical.
Also, they're your own kids. I feel like you just know.
How would I know?
If
you wouldn't know if you had
know.
Identical twins. One could have a fat mole and you still wouldn't know the difference.
Imagine if you had twins,
yeah.
You named them, and then you did actually mix them up at birth, and they just, like...
have different names forever.
My stomach is grumbling, I'm hungry.
I think I'd be one of them bitches who's like, Millie and Billy. something at the Grammys, and they called her like Billie Eilish, and then like her real last name.
Oh.
And I read it, and I was like,
what is it?
So she has a brother, and he's called Phineas.
Yes.
And they have the same last name.
That's nice.
Because they're brothers.
Siblings.
And it's like siblings, and it's something like O'Connell.
Oh.
No, it's not O'Connell. It's like verb. No,
Phineas
and verb.
I know. I was thinking that.
What did you tell your mum?
I was talking to my mum about all the drama with the Grammys and Kendrick winning, and I told her all about everything with like Kendrick and Drake. It was
I
funny.
tried to tell my mum. She didn't. She went, yeah.
I also told her about what's his name, Kanye, and his wife.
Did you tell her about all the stuff that happened with him yesterday?
No. What happened with him yesterday?
I'd like to think he got hacked, but
Oh, wait, you're telling
don't
me
think
about
he
this.
did. I think he went fucking insane. His last one was 15 minutes ago.
Ooh, what did he say?
He said, I'd rather pay the price for expressing myself than to pay the price for not expressing myself. Would you rather be hated for who you are or loved for who you aren't? And then 22 minutes ago he said, I don't let my kids control anything I do because they aren't my parents. That is so funny.
That's actually hilarious.
Side rant over. Okay, Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Toy Story. The fact that it was made in 1995 initially shocked me, and then the movie started.
Oh my god, actually.
And the shock was over. It made perfect sense to me.
Actually, I forgot how horrific
Oh my lord.
the animation is.
It was shocking. Surely they had animation better than that then. Do you know what the problem is? Is that's when they decided to introduce...
95. What sort
It's
of...
when they started to introduce CGI into cartoons. There was no need back then. Just wait till you've got good CGI and then do it. Don't get me wrong, it was great fun and all. But truly some of the worst CGI I've ever seen.
It was
like,
horrific.
Just draw it.
Okay, yeah, everything else in 1995 was like drawn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like cartoons in 1995 were drawn. That starts and you go, oh, yeah, looks like 1995, huh?
The eyes.
Oh my god, they blink out of time. The dog, it's the dog. The dog,
The dog is just horrific.
you can tell what things they chose to put effort in.
All the toys, their movement
Fluid.
is good. Like, especially
They
for
have
like
the most
how they're
detail.
made.
Yeah.
Like they move how they made. Other than the eyes are just freaky. But
Yeah, but
I
like
guess
the
toys don't,
faces
like-
on the dolls look more natural than the faces on the humans.
Yeah.
And the movements of the dolls look more natural than the movements of the humans. But like
Andy looks horrific.
Andy's horrific. His mum is weird.
His sister, his younger sister, the baby.
Oh my god, she was freaky. She was disgusting.
She was
I
so
hated
freaky.
her.
Oh my god.
No offense to her, she was disgusting. And whenever she did, like, she just like had emotes. She'd be like, aha, or no, and I'm like, oh my god, be normal, be normal. You know, she's horrific. And then like, what's he called? Sid's
and
dog.
Sid's
Right.
sister as well.
Sid's.
All freaky.
She wasn't as bad, I don't think.
Really?
Okay, maybe I was wrong. But like the dog, they just put no energy into the dog, and
Literally.
the dog morphs.
The dog could
He
be any animal.
shapeshifts. Yeah, he at one point he looks like a rat.
Yeah.
At the beginning he looks like a particular kind of dog who I can't remember the name of.
Yeah, like
With like the snub noses and they
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah, yeah.
arch. Like it looks like a particular kind of dog. But when it runs, its legs kind of just like mindlessly flap about.
Yeah. The paws are just blobs.
They're like this. You know what I mean? Like
They're just blobs.
they're just like weird little blobs, and he flaps about, and it's freaky.
The dog's eyes are also just eyes. Eyes are terrifying in this film.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
Sometimes I love a bad CGI, but it's kind of like you know, like how the Gorillas like band, right?
Yeah.
Like, and they used to have their videos, and they were all like cartoon, like drawn cartoon,
Yeah.
and they were really really fun and cool. And then they started doing these like VR looking ones,
Oh, yeah.
and they move really weird, and it was like, just wait until you have enough,
Literally.
and wait until you have the technology to do it well. Just keep doing the cartoon that looks good until you have the technology to do what you want to do well. You don't need to like
Don't get me wrong.
jump ahead of the gun. But it wasn't that bad.
Toy Story wouldn't be the same if it was drawn. Imagine if Toy Story was
No,
drawn.
it can't be drawn. It can't be drawn. It has to be how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
No,
just wouldn't
I
be the
don't think
same.
it can be drawn.
I
And
would not
also,
have
when
it-
I was a kid, I didn't notice it at all.
No, neither. But Toy Story has just never been my go-to. If I'm lying. Like, as a
I will
kid,
say
it's never my go-to.
I watched
Nowadays, it's not.
the third one twice because the third one came out in 2010.
Yeah.
The first two were too early for us.
Yeah, that's true.
It is crazy that it came out in 1995, if you think about it.
Yeah, because the second one came
Because
out in
I
1999.
feel like, exactly, which isn't that far
Yeah.
apart. And I feel like most people who watched Toy Story as a kid were our age.
Yeah, right.
But then it came out for a generation before us, like millennials, to watch when they were kids.
Yeah.
But the first one I watched, maybe it wasn't the first one I watched. I feel like I've watched at least one of the other two. I think I watched the first one.
Yeah, you probably watched the first one.
Yeah.
I don't
But
remember.
it wasn't
I've definitely watched all
my,
of them,
like, there's a
and I
lot
don't
of
remember
kids
this one.
films that were my go-to.
Toy Story's never. I honestly I like Toy Story. If you're gonna ask me if I like it, I'd probably say no. I've never really been like when they were like, oh, we should watch Toy Story.
But you were so excited to do it.
Because as an episode.
It was all for you. You were like, I'm so excited to watch Toy Story. I'm so excited to watch Toy Story.
As an episode, it's gonna be perfect. And I'm so excited.
Yeah, fair. But I never watched Toy Story. Wasn't my thing.
No,
I
neither.
don't get me wrong, I liked watching it.
I didn't care about the fourth one coming out. Loads of people were really excited about the fourth one coming out.
I didn't know about it until after it came out, and I didn't give a shit. Anyway,
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Potato Ted. Oh, he has.
Ted.
Yeah.
He said Mr. Potato Ted.
Did I? He said hashtag me.
And then I said Ted because I was laughing about you saying Ted, and you went, yeah.
Yeah, because I thought you were telling me off, and I was like, what did I do?
Oh no!
I just wanted to talk about his New York accent.
Well,
He has like I don't know if it's New York
Mr. Potato Head.
because I am not an American, and I also don't even really recognise British accents. But he has what appears to me to be a New York accent. I can't remember what line he said.
Yeah, probably.
Right?
Yeah.
He'd go, I'm walking here.
He would.
I'm
Mr.
walking.
Potato Head would definitely say that.
He's so funny. And then I also put like that I knew obviously I knew that Tom Hanks played Woody. But he sounds really different in this, and I think maybe it's just because he usually does an accent. Like some kind of country accent he normally does.
No.
We watched him in like Forrest Gump and stuff.
That's true.
And he's like, nah. Oh, he talks.
Simlish.
Yeah, he talks in Simlish. No, I'm kidding. Like, that's the accent. He's like,
Yeah.
you know, he's like, Mama says, blah, 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 blah. And Jenny said that I wouldn't make a good boyfriend. That's how he talks.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good
That was
impression.
Forrest
He
Gump.
doesn't even say that line. I made that up. So,
Yeah,
because I didn't want to say like it was. I feel like it was too stereotypical for me to just go like, oh, you know how Forrest Gump goes. Life is like a
Fuck
Fuck that. I was like, I need to just mimic his own voice
In your own words.
in my own words.
He's a whole new cowboy.
He's a whole new cowboy.
I want a moment for Rex.
He's Wallace Shawn. I love Wallace Shawn.
Who that is.
No, he's in you know who he is?
Mm-hmm.
He's the one in Princess Bride who's like, so if I switch our drinks, then you know.
Is he actually?
Yes, he's here.
That's
He's
so
like,
funny.
you're, you know,
Oh my
if
god.
my calculations
Yeah, no,
are
okay, no, I
correct,
do
then
know
you
who
would
you
have
are,
had the one on the left. And
I don't know his name, but I know who you're on about.
yes, and
from
I
his-
love
from
him.
what
You
he
know,
looks like.
he's in. Did you ever watch Young Sheldon?
I haven't finished it, but I started watching it.
He's in Young Sheldon,
Isn't he like
the boyfriend of the grandma.
Yeah.
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 What? Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
My granddad. No, my dad thinks that the grandma is fit in
Same.
Young Sheldon. I think the mum's fit, not the dad. Not
No.
the dad. The mum looks like she would be fit if she wasn't scary. You don't agree.
I don't agree.
You wouldn't
Anyway,
get it. You wouldn't get it though.
Moment for Rex. Played by that guy. which is
Wallace
always-
Shawn.
Wallace Shawn.
Yeah.
Which is always great. Plus, he's a really funny character. I love
Yeah.
his like dynamic with the rest of the characters. I think it's really
Everyone
funny.
just kind of like ignores him because he's just a bit dim. You know, like
It's hilarious.
yeah, I love that for him. I love that at the beginning Woody's kind of giving like dictator, and he's
Real.
mad that like someone else has come along that everybody likes. He's giving.
Oh my god. Okay.
He's giving
wait,
Snowball.
This is actually,
He's giving Snowball. Is
Because-
Snowball's the one that runs away though. What's the fully evil one called?
Snowball. Okay, one of them's the main one. One of them's the psychic, and the psychic is the slinky dog.
True, but he
Woody-
turns against him though.
Yeah, he does.
That's Snowball. Snowball wants to make things better for everybody. So he starts off telling them what to do,
Right.
but he wants to make things better.
Okay. Yes.
But then
I don't remember.
And
We
then
did
he
that
has
in,
a
like,
sidekick, but the sidekick becomes like evil and takes over. Well, then it's nothing like Animal Farm at all.
I don't remember Animal Farm that much. Either way, right at the beginning,
There's
Woody's
dictators,
like everyone has to
commoners, and then they like possibly kill Snowball or just chase him
Yeah.
away.
Woody's like telling everyone what to do.
Yeah.
And everyone else is like, the fuck? And then Slinky Dog, or whatever.
Yeah.
He's,
But I mean
he's
at the
like
beginning,
defending
like-
him in his own side.
At the beginning, Woody like pulls up to this little like thing, and he's like, ahem, ahem, ahem. Everybody, this is what we're gonna be doing. And I'm like, what makes you in charge? Because you're his favorite.
Yeah, literally. It's like,
You're his
wow.
favorite. I think Rex should be in charge.
Me too.
Although things might not be ran plan too well around there if Rex
Who
is
would
in
be
charge.
the best person, honestly, though?
Mr. Potato Head. Actually, no, because they're all a bit dim.
Yeah.
You know, because like Woody's in trouble and they're all just a bit dim and they think they know best.
Yeah.
You know,
Because,
like no, we
honestly,
know
Woody was trying to help as soon as he was like Woody was trying to help Buzz get back.
Don't get me wrong, he did kick him out of the building, which dick move.
Yeah.
What?
We didn't try and kick him out of the building. That's the thing. He tried to kick him down a shelf.
Which was fucked up.
Yeah.
That was fucked up.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to kick him down the shelf? He no one will see him down there, and he'll be lonely and dark and cold. And that's fucked up. That is fucked up. And
But as soon as he got kicked out, and everyone was mad at him, and he was just like, "Oh, everyone's mad at me." And
yeah, but Woody kind of continues to be a dick throughout most of the movie.
yeah, until they have their like
Until quite a way through.
until they're locked in Sid's room, which is like
quite
really,
a way
really
through.
far
Yeah,
through.
that's what I'm saying. Like he has. Him.
But
he did.
he's being a dick, but still trying to get Buzz back to
When
the
he
house.
redeemed himself, he risked getting burned alive. So I will give him props for that one.
He's a dick all the way through, but he is trying to. What I'm trying to say is he's still trying to get Buzz back to the house.
Yeah,
For
kind
other-
of. At one
for
point,
his,
he does
like-
just run away without him.
When?
And he also is only getting Buzz back to the house to
Yeah.
save himself.
To save himself, but he's still trying to do that. That's my point. Isn't that he's a
Valid.
nice person
Valid.
because he's doing that.
Okay.
Person, toy.
But
But he's trying to get him back to the house.
I fuck heavy with Mr. Spell.
Oh yeah,
He was barely in it. They're just
No, he
like,
was-
come on, Mr. Spell.
he has like a robotic.
And you go
voice.
like, yeah. I like
I fuck heavy with the Etch-a-Sketch.
I fuck heavy
I
with
love the
Etch-a-Sketch.
Etch-a-Sketch.
I love when he's like draw, and then the Etch-a-Sketch just like draws a gun, and then he's like, "Oh, too fast for me," and I'm like, "That took like a good couple seconds, dude.
Yeah,
Can you
literally.
not lift your arm that fast? Jesus, got arthritis."
Rightis.
Arthritis.
Um,
Little Bo Peep is supposed to be sexy, but she has an old lady voice. It's true though.
I genuinely like Bo Peep.
Also, the
I think it's just of the time.
sexification
It's
of
really weird.
of female characters in
Yeah.
kids' TV shows is weird to me.
Bo Peep is really weird in this movie because it's her first one, 1995, really
Yeah.
early, and
She's quiet.
kind of like and then she's into Woody, and there's like that whole thing.
Yeah.
But as soon as Buzz arrives, they've made her to be like, oh, he's so sexy, like he's so hot,
Yeah,
and
fucked
then like,
up.
goes over to him, and she's like fanning herself and shit, and it's weird. And I
Are
was
you
like,
not in a relation? Are you not in a loving, committed relationship
Yeah,
with this
right.
man? Because at the end, she kisses him
yeah,
a lot.
and it's like she doesn't defend him
no.
really at all. She goes after.
That's why this movie does not pass the Bechdel test. Because one, there's one female character.
yeah.
Two, all she does is
Show
show.
and there's the sister.
I feel like-
Sid's sister
okay,
as well.
well,
but
okay,
as in like
it's too weird,
it's out of
but-
the toys,
but
the main
still.
toys of stuff.
Out of the women in the oh fuck, not the women. Out of the toys, she's the only woman seemingly.
Yeah.
And oh my god, they just made her like this fickle woman who's like, oh, new man must like the new man because he's the new favorite. Oh,
It's like-
and then oh no, Woody's back. People,
Plus, I don't
people like
think-
Woody, you
I
know.
do remember, but I don't think Bo Peep's character's like that
For the rest of
for
them.
the rest of them.
Good.
She's like really like independent.
Good.
So I don't know why they made it like
That she was like dumb.
Yeah.
Because it was made in 1995, but
Oh,
still,
yeah.
like it is just
Poor
funny
Bo
to
Peep.
me. Yeah, that they made her that character, and also like I just do not understand. I genuinely think it's so weird because the weirdest characters are supposed to be like sexy characters in old movies, and you can tell because even if they're not like
Bo Peep.
yeah, but it's like
Come on.
even if like they have not like not like sexy, but like flirty and the
Yeah, it's weird.
and there's like movies like like in what's it called, The Grinch,
Yeah.
like Martha May.
yeah.
She's got like she's got like the weird nose, like she's not like she doesn't look like fit in the face,
Yeah.
because she's got all this like makeup going on, but like her voice and her mannerisms and the way she is, like we're supposed to think she's attractive, and it's like
it's so funny.
why did you do that?
It just isn't
You know?
necessary in every film.
But I will say that is one film where they do that to a man, whether it was intentional or not,
What film?
and that is Rise of the Guardians. Because oh my good lord, I may not be attracted to men, but Jack Frost in Rise of the Guardians, you're looking at me like you don't know what I'm talking about.
I was so confused. I was like, what movie?
Jack Frost in Rise of the Guardians.
Yeah.
Genuinely, what were they even doing? That's not even funny, you know?
Yeah, right. It's just
Like, it's not even like, it's like, don't get me wrong, like, he's fully clothed. It's his energy. He's jumping from the buildings. He's like he's got enemies to lovers going on with the kangaroo. No, sorry, bunny. The bunny. And it's, it's giving, it's giving, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're
like,
about.
you know what I mean? Like, it's,
Mhm.
that's worse to me than what they did to Lil Bo Peep in this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
his
Bo
character,
Peep's
his
thing
whole
is,
character
like,
is like
she's a woman in 1995. She doesn't. She's barely in it. Like
yeah. Whereas
her
like
little things.
Jack Frost is the main character, but his character is
in like what? When was Rise of the Guardians released?
2007.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was later than that. I don't know why. But okay, well,
I'm pretty certain. What do you mean? Good ass graphics. Good enough graphics to give him cunty hair. Yes.
right.
Yes.
And then it's just like it's different time. It just feels weird that they did that.
I don't like that he's shoe and sockless much.
Plus, I feel
but
like
I can forgive it.
a lot of kids' films. It's
It's
hard
not
to say.
Great.
It's hard to say. I think all kids' films just like a lot of the time they add shit to films that are more for like grown up.
Yeah, but Jack Frost isn't.
No, not as in like
No.
in that sense, but I mean like
He's for little kids to find out that they're attracted to twinks. Yeah.
to find out they're attracted to twigs. I mean,
Not me.
I don't know when I watched it.
I had a crush on the Tooth Fairy.
I think I did too.
You get me.
I'm pretty
She's
sure-
made entirely of feathers.
Yeah.
Not entirely. She has a face. But I had a crush on the Tooth Fairy.
She's gentle with her little.
Yeah, it's
teeth.
cute.
It's really
She's
good.
weird about his teeth though.
Yeah.
But she's real. She has a crush on him and she's real.
No.
Like it's like genuinely, right, there's something about him, right?
I would say.
Oh, don't ask that question now. It's late for that now. I'd rather we didn't find out now.
Okay.
It's gonna be bad, isn't it? He looks like an adult. He looks just I'm scared.
Dude. Jack Frost, a character in Rise of the Guardians, is physically 14 years old in the novel.
14 in the novel. Okay.
I just felt like scaring you.
You did. How old is he?
But 17 years old in the movie.
That's the same age as me. Perf. He's my age.
I don't think I said that really good.
Why would you scare me? He doesn't look 14.
I know.
I don't know, but like you know what I mean. You know who is hot though?
If you're gonna say someone from this fucking movie, I'm gonna scream.
What, Toy Story?
Yes. You actually.
Let me give it a think over first.
No, you gotta tell me now.
No, I didn't have an example.
Oh.
I was gonna think of one as I said it,
Okay.
and then I was like, let me consider it.
Piggy bank.
Oh, I love the piggyback.
I
When
actually
it
love it.
throws
It's so
a coin
funny.
into itself. Oh yes. That oh yes wasn't a sexual oh yes.
No, it was an oh yes, that
I
is
liked it.
satisfying.
It
It was amazing. I do love
Um,
not in that way, but I do love the piggy bank.
I put sassy, fruity body language.
What
from
about
Woody.
all the army men? I'm kidding. I'm actually kidding.
I don't fuck with the army men.
They're
Their,
annoying.
their legs are stuck together. What are they gonna do?
They fall over and then
Yeah.
they're like,
They
oh,
can't get
I
up. They're like a bug. Like a bug.
like a bug stuck in his back. That's
Yeah.
literally the vibe they give.
No. I put that the first face Buzz is playing. He's like he mews. He comes on. He's like
Oh, that was amazing.
I can't
that
face.
face.
Mute. I'm not gonna pretend I can mute.
That face was.
That was the face he was putting though. Also, why does
Gorgeous.
he have like? He doesn't. But I remember him having like a weird little spiral on his head.
So it's a hairpiece.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a little poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. It looks like a little poop, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, good. I thought it was like
He
a...
doesn't. It's on his chin.
It's on his chin! He has a poo on his chin, yeah.
I can't see it now.
Just a little poo on his chin.
Ah, look at his face.
Yeah, but why did they give him that? No one's beard looks like that.
Have you seen him in the
Just
Buzz
be-
Lightyear movie?
They could have... No. There's a Buzz Lightyear movie. They could have just...
Yeah, it's about the guy that toy's based off.
Oh. What? Buzz Aldrin? Ew. Hello? Hello?
Sorry, we're back.
A genuine
We're back.
question. Was Buzz Lightyear a real toy before this movie?
I don't-
Because you said it's based on the guy...
No, okay.
Do you mean Buzz Aldrin?
No. What the fuck that is?
What?
I don't know who that is. Should I do
What?
who that is?
Yes, you should!
Based on name?
He was the first man to go to space with Neil Armstrong.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Or maybe not with him, maybe he went after him. But he was one
Okay.
of the first men to go to space. You should know who Buzz
I
Aldrin
know-
is, yes.
I know Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
When did the school ever tell me about Buzz?
They definitely did, bro. They definitely
I don't
told
think
you
they
about-
did.
They definitely told you about
So why would I
Buzz
care
Armstrong.
about that?
I think, okay, I could be wrong, but I think Neil Armstrong was first man on the moon and Buzz Aldrin was first man in space.
Okay, well, one, we do not discriminate about things that we people don't know in this group.
Oh, sorry.
You didn't know that feces was just shit.
I know, listening back to that today, I was like, I definitely did know that. I had a funny moment, Kai.
Okay. Yeah, well, are you gonna judge me for not knowing who this Buzz fucking man is? And then, yeah, probably it is then, because this
Fine.
is a spaceman person. But it probably...
This is a spaceman. I know, that's why I was asking if it was based on Buzz Aldrin. Oh, let me Google. Give it a Google.
So can you take back your judgment of me
Yes,
not
I
knowing
take back
things?
judgment. Fine, we'll move on.
It's been an hour!
Yeah, okay, good point. Yeah, we're gonna cut some stuff out.
I still have to sit through this hour.
Oh, I put the mutants are misunderstood misfits and then a little green heart.
The mutants.
Yeah, the mutant toys.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
then they
real.
think they're evil, but then they're just like little. They're
That's
just
true.
misunderstood.
They need a character. Their characters. On 3, after 3, both say our favourite misfit.
Okay.
One, 2,
3.
Legs with the fishing rod, yeah.
Yes.
Real.
Okay, well, we said the same one. We just said it different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multiple have legs.
I put the height difference is mad
Between
Buzz and Woody.
Is that much?
Yeah, Woody's way taller than Buzz. And then today I saw a picture of like Drake and Kendrick like really up close looking at each other, and it reminded me of them because it's like the same height difference. Like Kendrick's Buzz and
Yeah,
Drake's Woody,
funny.
which makes sense, low key.
Yeah.
Because Drake's like, he's like Woody, and he's like, I'm gonna push you behind this banister, and then Kendrick's like, well then I'm gonna fuck your whole life up. Which doesn't quite happen in this movie, but it's a similar vibe.
Kind of. Well, no. Woody does end up saying the favourite. Spoilers.
Yeah, but Woody, no.
Yeah,
Buzz
does.
ends up the favourite in the end, doesn't he?
Throughout the whole series, of films.
Yeah, that's true. Why is Buzz not the favourite in the second one again?
Because Andy's grown up and he's realising that Buzz was his favourite forever.
Woody
was his favourite forever.
Yeah. To be fair.
So when you're like our age, right, and we're going back, and if we looked at our old toys, you would have more sentimental value.
You know
to
what I
the
don't
one
understand?
that what's your favourite?
Is the favourite's the one in the bed.
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear is made of hard plastic.
Woody's not made of soft.
Yeah, but his body
is kind of soft. Yeah,
like it's still like I somewhat understand how you could be like hugging in bed. Buzz Lightyear, he's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Not good.
No.
Why is he in bed?
So if they're both missing, who do you think Andy goes for next?
He didn't show any interest in any of the others at any point during the movie, so.
Imagine if he took the whole bucket of army men into bed.
In a bucket.
Or just pulls them out on the bed.
He pulls them out on the bed and sleeps on top.
He gets into bed, his mum tucks him in,
And
and then his mum pulls it over it.
Come on, mother, hit me with the bucket.
Just pulls army men all over.
Okay, I
don't think I have any more
he should
characters.
be sectioned, because what made him believe that all that space shit was true? Buzz should be sectioned because characters. Because he's throughout the entire thing he's believed that he's a spaceman. Okay. It's part of his character. Wait, can I quickly update the audience on something? Yeah. If anybody made it this far.
Yeah.
I am now a proud owner of 2 stick bugs. I have 2 stick bugs. One called Metro and one called Pierre. And I love them.
Metro!
And then also, yo Pierre, you want to come out here?
Yes.
In New York, I merely rock. Had it in my sock. Running from a cup. And I shoot it up. And I shoot it back.
Is my dancing good?
Yeah, I really fuck with it. Why is the dog called Judd?
I don't know.
It's not a very good name. What do you want to talk about? Do you want to move on to lines?
I just want a little moment for Sid, because that kid
we
is
hate
like,
him.
what the fuck?
That's actually something.
Actually, what's happened in his life?
Right, I was gonna say,
led
the more
to-
the movie went on, the more I was genuinely concerned about his well-being.
Yeah, right?
Because he had barbed wire above his bed.
He slept in
He slept in a weird position on his front with his like legs up.
Like how, in The Sims, when they
Yeah.
pass out.
Yeah, that's how he slept
On
on
the
his
floor. That's
bed
how he
with no
slept on the
cover over him. Also, seemingly
In
in the
his
middle
main
of the day,
clothes, like the day clothes.
in his main clothes.
Day clothes.
In his day clothes, and like genuine, and he had so many locks on his door. That was the thing that sealed the fact that I was concerned for me.
And he had knives on his desk, like proper kitchen knives.
He had explosives. He had bombs.
And that.
But like, why? First of all, why are they letting him order anything he wants from the internet? Why does he need so many locks? Surely the others need locks from him.
From him,
Yeah. Why does he
The
need
sister
locks?
needs
Yeah, the
locks.
sister needs some fucking locks. Okay.
Yeah,
You want to talk about lines?
Yes, lines. Start from the beginning.
Okay. Yeah.
I usually do that. So. Okay, well the first line is when Mr. Head he like mashes up his look and he goes, "I'm Picasso," and then Rex is like, "I don't get it," and then he goes,
Yeah.
"You uncultured swine."
I love that bit. I just love the way he's like, I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Just funny, like that's the thing for like the adults.
Yeah.
Like we said, it's for the adults. I like it.
Adults.
I like when when he goes, well, pull my string, and then starts scratching his chin.
Yeah.
That's just a funny thing.
Oh my god.
Funny vibe.
I like when Woody when they do the draw thing with the Etch a Sketch and he goes, "Fastest knobs in the West."
Yep. Yes, I love that one.
Because like, what the fuck?
Again, another thing that like they knew.
They knew. That's for
They
the
knew.
parents.
I
It's
love the bit
hilarious.
where something else he said, you said was me later on, which made me laugh.
I probably wrote it down.
Because I wrote about how...
Oh, it was about Buzz, but that's like right at the end.
No, it was Rex. But I put that... The thing I'm thinking about you saying was me was Rex. I put that Rex said, I can't take that kind of rejection, and I put he's me. And later in the movie, Rex goes, now I have guilt.
Oh!
And you went, that's you.
Where is it?
And you went,
okay,
that's
that
you.
is not right at the beginning, like where?
No,
But...
he's literally me. And then also I like that Mr. Potato Head goes, you big lizard.
Oh yeah!
You big lizard. He's not a lizard. He's a Rex.
Guys, this is a time I wish there was a camera on us
Chances
because I just want to see that face that you
Chances
just
are
saw.
they had feathers.
He's not a lizard. You dead
Because
serious?
I have met lizards.
Have you?
Yes.
You met any dinosaurs?
Yes, I used to have chickens, actually. I used to have chickens. You know, chickens, they're dinosaurs, actually.
They are dinosaurs.
Yes.
They're dinosaurs.
Something like that, yeah. But
Not like they
descendants of them.
evolved from dinosaurs.
Let me give...
They are dinosaurs.
What we dissolved from...
Dissolved. Oh my god, wouldn't that be such a fun way to go?
Dissolved?
Dissolving.
Put like in acid? No, it would hurt.
No, in water.
You can't dissolve in water.
If we could.
I'm sure there's some water somewhere that you could dissolve in.
Acid water. Okay, yeah, fine. It would be acid.
Yeah.
That was kind of painful.
Are chickens dinosaurs?
They're not dinosaurs, they're chickens. They might have evolved from dinosaurs.
Which animal is the closest to the Tyrannosaurus Rex? Crocodile or chicken? Obviously not crocodile.
No.
No.
Because they swim and they're water animal. Well.
T-Rexes have tiny little legs, and I doubt they could swim. Also, don't they say like they think most dinosaurs did have feathers?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just everyone draws them.
I'm not saying that they didn't evolve. I'm not like that didn't happen. I'm just saying like are chickens actually dinosaurs or are they just evolved from dinosaurs?
They descended from dinosaurs.
Okay, but it's not a dinosaur. Have you ever met a dinosaur?
But calling them a modern dinosaur is not too much of a twist of facts. Say fuck you.
Fine,
Crocodiles.
Fine. You met a dinosaur, you met a lizard. They're not the same because one's a chicken and one's a lizard.
Exactly. Neither of them are a dinosaur.
Dinosaurs just didn't exist.
Well, they
They were
did.
always chickens.
But when I was a kid, I couldn't remember whether it was dragons or dinosaurs that didn't exist.
It's really funny.
Because they look really similar in
Maybe
books.
dragons did exist.
Well, there's dinosaurs that had wings.
Rings.
Wings.
Yeah.
But I don't
That's
think
basically
they
a dragon.
Fire. They didn't breathe fire.
They might have done.
Yeah, to be fair, if you think about it, what's the difference between a dragon and a pterodactyl? Till.
Yeah, I don't know. No, they're very different. Their wings are like different, and their body sizes are different, and they're just a bit different,
because
aren't they?
dragons are fake. You telling me there's not any dragons out there that don't look like pterodactyls?
No, because it's a pterodactyl then.
No, it
No one's
look
no,
like one
listen.
and not be one.
Dragons aren't real, so no one's designing a dragon that looks like a pterodactyl because then they'll just get accused of it being a pterodactyl.
Well, no, because
It's gonna be original.
Okay. What the fuck is with the fact that there's a P in front of the word pterodactyl? Fuck you.
Yeah, right. Why?
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I don't.
Why did people? Okay, no.
Tsunami? Shut up.
Why would
that
they not
makes
drop
more
that?
sense to me though.
Why would they
because
not drop that?
To tsunami.
Yeah.
Tsunami.
Why would they not drop the P by now?
Pterodactyl. There's no essence of a P.
Nothing.
It's just there. There's an essence of a T in tsunami.
Yeah, right.
Because it's
There's a
yeah.
T like that.
There's
whatever.
essence of a T. There is
There's
no
nothing,
essence
there's
of a
no
P.
P.
It's not
Pterodactyl.
pterodactyl. Pterodactyl. No. Also, apparently it's called a pterodactylus.
Yeah, well, they all got fancy ass names, don't
Anticus.
they?
Right,
Let's get back to the film.
They eat insects. And they had a wingspan of 5 feet. That's you. They had a wingspan of you.
Oh. Yeah.
Your wingspan is the same height as you.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm the same size as
So
a
that makes
pterodactyl.
it seem less
So
fat
I'm the
to
same
me.
size as a pterodactyl.
Effectively speaking, yeah. Oh no, I think their wings are probably bigger than them. But you're nearly the same size as a pterodactyl.
I'm like somewhere near a pterodactyl. Where's your next?
Buzz goes, local law enforcement about Woody. And I think it's funny that he sees sheriff and he's like, local law enforcement when he thinks he's a spaceman in space. But he also says, do you people still use fossil fuels? Literally all I wrote was, do you people still use fossil fuels? This movie is for kids. Full stop.
Why are fossil fuels so against for kids?
Well, because they don't know what fossil fuels are.
They might.
Not the ones that Toy Story is made for.
What age do you think the Toy Story is made for?
Young enough that they don't notice that fucking creepy CGI. Plus, they have to be young enough not to notice that Sid is 100% in like a neglectful home situation.
That's true. Sorry. His.
Oh, hello.
That was. My feet are freezing.
Go get a blanket for them.
There was one on here. Oh, there it is.
You knocked it on the floor. This is how you treat my belongings.
Yeah.
With nothing but disrespect.
No, not actually.
Do you have anything to say?
They're like.
A hinny. A hinny.
Sorry,
yeah.
Deco going. He's off the henny with that one.
The AI was off the heady with that one, with that tweet. We were talking about Kodaki yesterday.
We're talking about hive mind or Kodaka at most points in life anyway.
Yeah, good point.
I can't remember what they said, but they go, Woody goes, can't, or something. Okay.
I don't know.
It was a really bad impression.
I don't know, but I liked it, but I heard it. It's just like a weird accent saying can't. can't. Like on Drag Race. Yacht, baby, can't. That's what I was imagining in my head. Is that word too far?
Can't. No.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty sure you said it before. Maybe in this episode.
Marked explicit. That's not.
That could be anything.
Yeah. My inner.
You've said worse things on this.
I've said worse things, but not worse words. Mine was Woody goes, "Stay away from Andy. He's mine, and no one will take him from me." And then I put next to that a word that Kendrick had to bleep out in the Super Bowl. Pedophile. I was joking.
I saw a few notes on your notes when we were watching this movie that were around the same genre.
Yeah, well, you know, do you not think it's a bit weird? They want to sleep in the bed with him so bad.
I never got that impression.
Maybe I never did before. Maybe I'm just twisting it to be something it's not. And I'm sorry. This is like when I twisted all the Who's to be in like some sort of weird incest thing. I need to just start enjoying kids' movies the way they were intended to be enjoyed instead of like accusing them
of being pedophiles or incest cults.
Yeah. Next one, I'm gonna just start watching it and enjoying it the way that God intended me to enjoy it.
I like when the squeaky shark guy goes, "I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy."
Howdy, howdy, howdy. I love that guy. I have that.
Howdy,
as well.
howdy, howdy.
I love when he goes, "Buzz, look an alien," and Buzz goes, "Where?" So stupid. He's so stupid.
I actually think this is before. I don't know, but he goes, Buzz, like genuinely, like so seriously, like he's genuinely confused. He's like, "You're mocking me, aren't you?" To Woody.
Yeah.
And I'm like, obviously, Woody is mocking him.
I like when he goes, "I don't believe that man's ever been to medical school." About Sid.
I forgot about that.
So it's like talking as though he's like doing a medical procedure, and Buzz is like, "I don't believe that man's ever been to medical school." I love that bit. And I love when Hannah goes, "Sid, you're a rat." He like grabs her toy and runs off, and she goes, "Sid, you're a rat." And then he's like, "Whatever she says, she's lying. It's not true." And it's like, you just destroyed her toy, and now you're.
I think there's enough proof in that house.
He says it like so upsetly too. He's like, "Whatever she says, she's lying." It's like, you just did it. How do you already like?
Yeah, literally.
How are you already trying to pretend it didn't happen?
I love, and it's just funny because obviously it's in all of them. I assume it is. I'm pretty sure it's in multiple. Where all the aliens in the thing in unison go, "The claw." And
Okay.
They don't say that. I can't do that voice.
That's one of the most iconic scenes of anything in any of the Toy Stories. Is the claw. I don't know how to do it. Was that right?
It's like really high pitched.
But I love the aliens, and they're like
I want to be able
somehow
to
in this weird little cult, and I love it. What?
Why are they in a cult too?
That wasn't an accusation. I like their cult. It wasn't an accusation.
They
I have
kind of
nothing
are
against
in a
the
cult.
fact they're in a
For the
cult, but they
claw.
are. Yes, they think the claw is going to lead you to your next life. That's a cult. Okay, I like it. It's great. I've also written something here that doesn't make any sense to me. It says, "And suddenly you're defending all of Galaxy," and it says, "Trains off," and it's giving Trump. Does that make any sense to you?
Say again?
So the quote is, "And suddenly you're defending all of Galaxy."
Right.
But then it says, "Trains off," and it's giving Trump. This sounds like it was generated by AI based on things I've said.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And I don't think it makes sense.
This is like, guess the rap by
Well,
the
do you know
AI
what else
tweet.
you said?
What?
You said, "These bitches don't have Toys R Us." About their, like,
Yes,
toy
because
store. Oh, it was the advert about Buzz
the
Lightyear,
toy
wasn't
store.
it?
Oh my god, no, I wrote this.
But I can't remember what it's called. I should have written it down.
The toy store. Oh god, I wrote it somewhere. What is it called? I wrote it. I definitely wrote it. God damn it.
You're doing great.
No, because I did write it.
I don't know where.
It's called like something barn. Something.
I don't know.
Al's Toy Barn.
Oh,
It's called Al's Toy Barn, and I read that and I was like, they don't have Toys R Us. They have to go to Al's Toy Barn.
That's rough, to be fair.
Yeah. That
Toys
sounds
R Us?
dodgy. It sounds like it's in some guy's barn.
Owls?
Al's, yeah.
Yeah.
It's filled with Buzz Lightyears. Is that not suspicious to you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Exactly. I want to go to Toys R Us. Did they close down Toys R Us?
I think so.
I've not seen a toy. I used to see Toys R Us. when I drove past it and be like, oh, I wish I could go to Toys R Us because I never went to one ever in my life.
I've been to Toys R Us, so...
Was it nice?
Since I went to it after I thought it did close down, so I'm not sure. But it was, like, years ago, when my brother was really young. Oh, you're
Well,
Googling if it's closed.
I've never ever been to Toys R Us ever.
No, it's not.
But I used to
Smith's
drive
Toys
past it.
Superstore.
Toys R Us are back in business.
Oh! Let's have a
Opening
round of
new
applause.
stores.
No, it should be confirmed.
They filed for bankruptcy in 2017 and 2018 and closed all the stores.
That's rough.
The last one closed in 2021, but they're coming back.
Nice. Good
I'm
for
so
Toys R Us.
happy.
You can go to a Toys R Us.
But you know, I've never been to a Toys R Us, but Toys R Us sounds a lot less threatening
Then
than Al's Toy Barn.
Toy Barn. Yeah, that's rough. I've got a line, but I don't know if you've got anything before that.
I feel bad for accusing the toy characters of being...
Paedophiles?
Yeah, because
You said it now.
I love Woody. He's owned... And I love Buzz. Yeah, and they're great. And I don't mean it. It's just, you know, they do want to share a bed with him. But maybe I just am
As a
twisting
toy?
that in a horrible, gross way.
Did you not
And that's on
want
me.
toys in your bed when you were a
Yeah,
child?
I did. I have toys in my bed now.
There you go.
Do you not?
Are your toys paedophiles?
No. Yeah, but they don't choose to be in bed with me.
Neither do these.
Yes, they do. They were bickering about who got to be.
Well, yeah, but they don't get to choose.
Okay, well, fair point. Okay, I take it back. I take it all back.
Okay.
But it is gonna mean that when my letterbox comes along, it's dated,
Stated.
but timed.
to your
It's
old
timed
opinions.
to my old opinions a couple hours ago. Because I do change my mind.
What the fuck is
I
wrong
don't
with
really
you?
think
For-
the Who's are all in the incest cult.
You
But,
sure?
well, no, I haven't made my mind up about that yet. But still,
But this is like different.
yeah,
I
this
get
is
that,
a
I get
different
that.
situation.
Do you have any lines? Because I have a line, but
Yeah, I have quite a few.
Go
What
on.
do you can go?
no, it's okay. I think I've said the last few lines.
I like when he's having a breakdown. What's he called? Buzz. He's having a little breakdown, and he says to
You're gonna say something.
he's like, but the hat looked good. Tell me the hat looked good. The apron may have been a little much.
Okay, no, it's not the same.
Because
line.
she put him in like the sister put him
Yeah.
in like an apron and a little
Oh,
hat to
yeah,
put him
yeah.
round the tea table, and he's like, but the hat looked good. Tell me the hat looked good. And I
Yeah.
was like, the
Real.
hat looked good, buddy.
looked
The
good.
apron was a bit much, but the hat looked good.
On that kind of same line when he's having this little breakdown, and Buzz goes, "You're right. I'm just a little depressed at all."
I know, that was really funny because I'm like, this movie is for children, and he says it's so dead serious.
Yeah, I'm just a little depressed. at all.
I love the bit where Woody is like trying to do something, and he's like, "Can you throw me a hand?" And Buzz throws him his arm that fell off, and he goes, "That's actually hilarious," because it reminds me of that sound that's like trending on videos. And he's like, "Wow, that's actually hilarious." Do you know the one I mean?
No,
Oh my god, I can't show it to you, but
you can if you want. I'm editing.
okay, fine. 90% sure it's from Scott Pilgrim because it's Chris Evans who says it.
Oh,
He
okay.
goes, ha ha ha, that's actually hilarious.
That's actually
And I'm pretty sure it's Chris. Well, it is Chris Evans, but I'm pretty sure it's him in Scott Pilgrim because he fights Scott. It's Michael Cera. We should do an episode on Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, bro.
I
I find like me before. Okay, I did film studies last year, but me before we started this.
yeah, didn't pay attention.
Because what did I tell you? We started in film today. We were watching. We watched a bit of Taxi Driver
Yeah.
to compare with Joker, right?
Yeah.
And I wrote so many notes, bro. I was like, oh my god, I'm actually.
Did you realise that you were
I
wrong the
realised
first time
that-
we watched Talk
I realised that I didn't pay attention the first time we watched it because I don't remember what happens in that movie.
I did pay attention. I just don't think it's that good.
My third grade, I was like,
Controversial opinion on the show.
sorry guys, but it's just it got so much hype.
Sorry to anyone who loves
I-
Taxi Driver because I know it's like supposed to be one of the best movies ever, and I liked the visuals of Taxi Driver. Like the whole time I was watching Taxi Driver, I was on the edge of my seat because it was really nice visuals, and I wanted to know what was going to happen, and then nothing
Yeah.
fucking happened. And I sat back and went, "Damn,
It's just I don't think it deserves the hype it
waste.
had.
It's not for me."
Why do you keep looking at my forehead? What is on my forehead?
Your
Is it-
hair's flip one. How do you always notice that?
Because you are not looking at my eyes, you're looking at my hair.
Okay, yeah, I would notice that.
Yes.
Yeah. Never mind. My favorite part of Taxi Driver was that man on.
The pogo! I was like,
pogo
oh my god, I was
stick.
looking for him. I couldn't see him. I
No
was
one
like,
else understands us because only us would have watched it, and the only thing we took away was that there was a man on a pogo
I
stick.
think both of our reviews for watching that was about the pogo stick man.
Because
Mine
it's
was.
going backwards. There's a snake in my boot. Because I wrote, why does he actually even say that? Because I don't get the joke. It's like a thing he always says, right? And I suddenly realised I don't actually understand
Why does he always say that? I don't get the joke. I need to run out.
I just remember watching it, and I was like, aha, the thing he says. And then my brain went, why does
Why?
he even say that? I don't even know. Maybe I'm really stupid.
What does the saying, there's a snake in my boot, mean? The bloke said, Woody's catchphrase, there's a snake in my boot, is a reference to a common hallucination that real alcoholic cowboys would have had in the 19th century.
Oh, because alcoholics. That's a bit dark for a kid's toy.
Yeah, right? After drinking so much at the saloon,
Yeah.
they would feel a tingling sensation in their boot and believe it was a snake slithering around.
Okay, but you wouldn't get one of them to be like, someone fetch me some hand sanitizer, I've run out of vodka, you know? Like, someone get me some Pepto-Bismol.
It may mean literally that someone has a snake in his boot.
No, it doesn't.
If it's an idiom, it means your situation is really ugly.
That makes more sense, surely, than the fact he's an alcoholic.
Where does the phrase boot come from?
What does it mean, like boots? Like boots girl?
No, just says boot.
Boots queen.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
So,
it was
some like alcoholic shit. He's an alcoholic.
it's quite
great.
dark, huh? He didn't give me alcoholic vibes, but I guess he could just be very functional.
He's a functional alcoholic.
Yeah. My next one is quite late.
Mine.
How late? I have one that's after, like during the scene where they're like on the truck.
Mine's maybe probably before that. I think.
Then say yours, my
I'm just
friend.
gonna say it, but we'll see. Mine's up when the sister says to Sid, "What's up, Sid? Don't you want to play with Sally?" While chasing him with the
Yeah.
doll that's like
Because he's got
all
afraid.
like afraid of all the dolls because they all like ganged up on him.
That was a risky move, huh? But I guess everyone would just think he was hallucinating. From
No one's gonna believe.
also,
that
no
all
one's
the
gonna
toys
even
came
listen
alive.
to him because he's in a neglectful home life. But you know,
Maybe that's why they should.
yeah, they should be like, oh, someone at school should be like, Sid, what do you mean your toys is talking to you? And then they think that they put him in a white padded room.
A child? Surely not.
Do they not do that?
To children, I doubt
Do
it.
they do that?
They probably don't do that. I don't know, actually.
They definitely do that to some people.
Probably. I don't know.
No.
Either way, they wouldn't do it to children. Surely.
No, I don't imagine so.
I
Not
don't imagine so.
not in anywhere near here or anywhere legal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Okay, we were talking about something. Oh, it was in Top Boy Summer House when
Top Boy
Shane
Summer
was
House.
like, they're 4 or something.
Furthermore,
Furthermore, it
you
was
went furthermore, but in the middle of like a sentence about like trying to shoot someone or something.
Yeah,
Like it was really, or like
Shane.
drugs. Go and get me my food, fam. Furthermore, you better be back with some peas.
Yeah.
Woody on the beat, ho.
I can't wait till we get Woody.
Yeah, he's called Woody. Why did you laugh like he's not called Woody? He is. I like when they're on the, it's like Christmas, and they're on the walkie-talkies, and he goes, frankincense, this is myrrh.
Yeah, real.
It's
Also,
funny.
I have a line before that I'm surprised you didn't put.
Hmm?
You must have put, you might have just moved it. When... Okay, 2 things. One, when I quoted this, instead of writing who said it, I wrote Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Toy Story said it.
That is so funny.
Because I don't know what's wrong with me.
What is the quote?
When Buzz says, "This isn't flying, this is falling with style."
I actually have that written, yeah.
You didn't
I
say
didn't
it.
say it, but I have it
Oh.
written, I'm sorry. I thought you
But yeah.
probably had it, 'cause there's certain things where I remember you writing them next to me, and going
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, I'm writing them, and I
Yeah.
was like, okay, well, I may as well not bother writing that.
Oh no, you could have. Yeah, I think that line's really funny.
Anyway,
What are you giggling at?
a pig throwing a coin into its own back.
Oh!
The pig,
Yeah,
the
the
piggy
pig,
bag
yeah.
pig. Yeah,
Okay,
I read it.
scenes?
It made me laugh. Yes, let's get to scenes.
I said that Woody is the best contortionist I know. And actually, honestly, well, okay, Woody is because he has more bendable limbs than everyone
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
But they kind of all are.
Slinky. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
what it's
but
called.
when he
Slinky
drops to the ground because the toys are
dog. Oh
coming,
yeah,
he
he
doesn't
break his entire back
But-
up into pieces.
Woody for some reason decides to like fall on his leg and shit, and I'm bending over. I was like, what?
Because he used to look like he got like thrown on the ground.
I suppose, yeah. Like Disney World or Disneyland, whatever.
Mm?
Apparently when there's like the Toy Story stuff, like maybe they used to or they still do, I don't know. But like if someone shouts Andy's coming, then everyone like freezes or like falls down or something.
Oh, I don't know. I've never been to Disneyland.
No, neither. Well, I have, but
Have you?
yeah, I went when I was a kid.
Where?
And then
Which one?
Disneyland's in Paris, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to that one.
Oh.
But I was really ill because I had problems when I was a kid.
Oh, I know about that. Yeah, I do know about
And
that. I do.
I
know.
was really excited to meet the Disney princesses, but my dad said no. Yeah, just like that. I was excited to meet the Disney princesses, but I didn't finish my food because I was ill, and my dad didn't let me.
That's not very nice. Just because you didn't finish your food. You get to meet Disney princesses.
The thing is, I have autographs from them, so I must have done it at some point when we were there. But I don't think we did that day or like that moment or whatever. I don't really remember.
But you have autographs from them, so you did meet them.
Yeah, I must have. I think it was a different day though, because he didn't. Like, my mum got mad about it.
Do you ever have like little plastic heels?
Yes. Oh my god.
With the Disney princesses on them, because I had one pair, and I remember it was one of our friends. So I think it was you who I went to the house, and they had like loads of them.
I had loads.
Yeah, okay, it was you. It was you, because I remember going to your house and like being like, oh my god, I only have one pair of Disney.
I think I had like 4 or 5.
Yeah, you had like all of the princesses' shoes.
I like the Disney princesses. Okay?
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you.
Who's your favourite?
Of the Disney princesses? Oh, can you guess? Based on me as a kid.
Yeah, I know.
I was a chaotic ball of shit. It was Meredith.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But do you know who it is now?
Who?
Tiana?
Tiana's my favourite.
Yeah.
Tiana was my favourite, and she stayed my favourite because I love Tiana.
Actually, I had a toy Tiana, so maybe she was my favourite. I put... Oh, the bit where Mr. Potato Head, like, puts his lips where his ass is to, like, make fun of one of them. I'm not sure which one. For, like, kissing up to... No.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It was kissing up to Woody, wasn't it?
It was kissing up to Woody.
Oh, then it would have been Slinky Dog.
Yeah, you're right. He, like, puts his lips on his ass to make fun of Slinky Dog for being a kiss ass, and I love that. Really funny.
Yeah, bro. I do love that.
And also I like that he keeps, like, the little speaker, he keeps pulling it around, being like, oi, come on. Because the mic doesn't reach. It's, like, rude.
Yeah, right.
Rude. He's letting you use his microphone.
Rude.
Yeah.
I hate when I just write things and it doesn't make any sense. I give it no context.
I found one that's really funny that we both laughed at when it happened.
Yeah, go on then.
Sid tries to throw a cinder block on the toys and misses. He just goes like, ugh.
So he misses so much. It's like, they're right there.
But then also he is like 10. Why is he like throwing around cinder blocks?
Okay, there's a lot that we can question about this boy.
How old is Sid?
I don't know. How old is Andy?
I'm gonna give it a goog.
You Google Sid. Sid.
Toy Story.
Oh, Google.
Do you want to know what I actually wrote?
Whoa.
How.old.is.cpy.SPF.
Andy is 6 in the first one.
Sid is older than Andy.
Yeah, of course he is.
Apparently some people think that he grew up to be the trash man in Toy Story 3. I haven't watched Toy Story 3 yet.
Why does it not say how old Sid is?
He's 11.
Okay, so yeah, quite a lot.
In Toy Story, Sid is Andy's sociopathic. Whoa, okay. 11-year-old next door neighbour. He's only 11.
Look at him.
I know, stop. You know who he reminds me of? Jimmy Neutron. The shape of his head. Right? He looks like Sid.
He does look like
Sid.
Sid.
He looks like Sid. I watched so much of Jimmy. My mum bought me a Jimmy Neutron
He's freaky.
DVD.
I probably didn't like that one.
I like... Okay, jeez. I liked science, so my mum bought me a Jimmy Neutron DVD.
Bad.
I like Jimmy Neutron.
He's scary.
I like Jimmy Neutron. Oh, do you know what I prefer though? Kerwiz.
Kerwiz.
Fuck so heavy with. We watched a bunch of Kerwiz the other day.
We did. It was funny.
Guys, has anyone listening ever watched Kerwiz? I watched it at my grandma's house on the weekends when I went up to my grandma's.
Yeah, Carl Weezer.
Listen to Carl Weezer say it ain't so. But yeah, Weezer has a H. Because, oh my god, it is the most beautiful thing you've ever heard. Something truly beautiful about the Carl Weezer say it ain't so is that was of time pre-AI.
That was all him.
Pre-AI. No, that was all some random guy who can do a
some
random guy who can do a good Carl Weezer impression. Got told by his friends he could do a Carl Weezer impression and sat in his room and went, you know, I'm gonna make the shit out of a Say It Ain't So cover right now. And then he made that, and that is special. And AI has ripped that from us.
Yeah, real. I wrote bit gay.
Was it when he pulls Woody's head down to like stonk on his helmet?
I don't know what Buzz does.
Buzz like pulls Woody's head down and it goes like donk on his helmet, and then they're like head to head.
Probably.
to head to head.
Head to head. Soft.
I put who gave that child dynamite.
I like the scene where Buzz falls out of the window. No, wait, listen.
I wish that was the end of that sentence.
Yeah, done.
I like the scene where he falls out the window.
No.
Me too. Fuck Buzz. Pull him out. Get him out of here.
When he falls out the window, and then they do the everything scream. The scream that's in like everything.
Oh my god. Yeah, but I thought you found out the name.
Yeah, but I think I say it wrong.
Ah! That's how it
No,
goes.
no, it doesn't. It goes...
Well, you go.
Ah! Oh, sorry. No, it doesn't.
Mine was better than that.
It goes, like, up and down.
Yeah, it does, but I can't
But I
do
did
it.
that bad.
Oh!
You read it, because I don't know.
You're scared to pronounce it wrong.
I'm
And I don't
scared.
take,
I'm
I
scared
don't
to
take
pronounce
film
it.
studies. I'm not afraid.
Because I...
Wilhelm, but it's either Wilhelm or
Willem.
Wilhelm. It can't be Willem. It's not like
No.
spelling Willem Dafoe.
I know. I said it wrong.
Anyway, okay, we should probably get back to the film. He dunked his head in cereal milk. Like when he burns his head.
Oh, yeah.
He burns his head using a magnifying
I
glass.
forgot about that.
Which, you know, at least Sid knows something about science. Exactly. And he dunks his head in a bowl of cereal, and I was just
Yeah,
like,
well, the
oh,
cereal,
he's gonna
like,
be stinky.
pops out.
He's gonna be stinky of milk.
Yeah, rotting milk as well. 'cause
Rotting
no
milk
one's
in
washing that.
Sid's chunky milk room.
Chunky milk room.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh,
I put something that you wrote is that when he jumped from the banister and it played like some sad song and you were like, they should play Fly by they should play Fly by Lenny. And they should play Fly by Lenny Kravitz.
real.
And Quavo.
And Quavo. It has to be with Quavo as well.
Yeah.
That's
Fly
not-
with Lenny Kravitz is good, but Fly with Lenny Kravitz and Quavo
That's
is
the only one
funny.
that's on my repeat.
I wanna go. I wanna fly. Do-do-do-do. Let's get drunk. Let's get high. Yeah. I love it. Although it's slightly concerning that in one of Kanye's mad tweets was like only people who haven't crossed me, and one of them was Quavo.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, but one of them was Rocky,
Yeah.
and I was thinking he definitely don't like you. Just because he didn't cross you doesn't mean he likes you.
I did say, why did his fingers make that noise?
What noise did his fingers make?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What noise did his fingers
Um,
make? Also thought the karate chop action when they're trying to defend off the mutants was really funny. And he's pressing the button and it's just
chop, 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 chop. Oh no, I did write about that because it goes buzz, 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 Lightyear.
No, that's not the same part.
Is it not?
No, he presses the button loads. I think they're fighting or something.
Oh, and just go.
And it accidentally presses it
okay,
loads.
yeah, maybe you're right, but still.
But yeah, it is really fun. His buttons are
But
really
why
funny.
does he have access to a credit card and he can just order explosives? How old even is he? His room has no smoking signs that have been burnt up. Barbed wire on his bed. Like, what is wrong with
Do you know what it's
that?
like?
Yeah.
You know how all the kids nowadays
Mm.
kind of act as if they're like way older, and it's
Yeah.
like all the like 9-year-olds who are vaping and shit like this, like
Yeah.
all that.
That's it.
Sid is like early
Yeah.
early kids
He's
nowadays.
not smoking though, he's just setting fire to things and like blowing
But if he's
them
got
up.
no smoking signs, but I mean it's the same vibe.
Yeah, that's
It's
real.
like, but he's more like I don't know, not emo, but
He's got like his shirt's giving emo.
kids nowadays won't wear that, but they got the same vibe.
Kids nowadays wouldn't like have rooms that look that messy. They want to have rooms that are like cutesy
Depends what kids.
and they steal from Sephora and whatever.
Yeah, I suppose.
You know, I feel like rebel kids nowadays are still like, you know, they wear like leggings and
Yeah, true.
puffer jackets, not like
Roadmen.
not like leather jackets in like old movies.
Yeah, real.
And they're like, let's go hang out behind Asda and make fun of old people. You know, I don't know what kids do, and I also don't know what like popular kids do.
Yeah.
So we're sad, basically.
No,
No, we're
they're
great.
sad.
We're great.
I said, okay, this is kind of like, so I think they're in Sid's house. I don't know. And the
probably.
moving van turns up, and they're all like getting ready to pack, and I was like, I'd be really sad to leave that cloud wallpaper behind,
Oh, real.
right?
That is actually really real. I didn't even think about that.
Because like I love that wallpaper, and I don't have something like that in my room, and I wish I did. Because
Yeah.
honestly, and I'd be so upset. I'd be like, what? I'd be like, you need to get me a new cloud
I actually think
wallpaper.
this is really funny. My mom was saying about how she wanted this type of wallpaper that's really expensive.
Yeah.
And I said that I'd paint her a wall, and she went, you could paint a wall in the bathroom?
Yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah, she meant well. It made me giggle though.
That's funny. And honestly, so real. I'm kidding. You can paint my
Ooh,
whole room.
You know, if you
like,
stay, speaking of my mother, I just got a lovely message. If you stay until 8 p.m, just before 8 p.m, then there's going to be a hot, just made white loaf of bread.
Ooh,
If that doesn't tempt you to
that
stick
does,
around
because my mum's already got dinner.
and watch Top Boy with me. I
Top
don't know what
Boy.
will. Let's watch some Top
Top
Boy.
Boy. Honestly, I was done with the Top Boy. I was like, yeah.
Let's watch some Top Boy. Because every time we have a sleepover at the moment and we're supposed to watch Top Boy, we just end up talking until very late at night.
Until like 5 a.m. It's like we could have watched so much Top Boy in this.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with us. Yeah, but if we started watching Top Boy, we would fall asleep well
true.
before 5 a.m.
Because I'm tired when we get in bed, and then we just
talk until we have energy again.
Shocking that we spend so much time together and we still have so much to say.
The podcast is enough evidence of the fact that
Real.
we still have way too... Bear in mind, this will be cut down, but it's 2.5 hours in right now. We have way too much to say.
We have a lot to
We
say.
have a lot to say.
And to be fair, so many things we've talked about in this episode have been things that we've talked about already. We talk about the same shit. It's just still entertaining to us.
I said, I put that he's spinning him, Woody, and I wrote, helicopter, helicopter.
You're just like the kids nowadays.
And
That's some shit they'd say.
And I also put, I think you might be right. No, because that helicopter thing went out of popularity like 2 years ago, I reckon.
Yeah, but the kids nowadays are annoying. And that was like,
I
that was like
remember
our
in like
thing,
2020,
but not enough.
2020 like 2022, seeing a video of Austin Knight spinning around on a chair, and it had helicopter.
So I mean,
I don't think it's a thing now.
I don't know. I read my note wrong, and I thought it said toys all gagging up against
Why
him.
would they be doing that?
Ganging up against him.
You said ganging really weird. Ganging. Ganging. Isn't there a disease called gangrene? What's gangrene?
I don't know.
Let's give it a goog. We're giving everything a goog today. That's my favourite thing to say.
I can't stop.
You're good. This is just like when I couldn't stop saying swings and roundabouts.
Oh no, not the swings and roundabouts. Oh, how are we not as loud this time? I'm
You
honestly
don't like
shocked.
swings and roundabouts?
Yeah, I love when you say it.
I told someone about that, about how I couldn't stop saying swings and roundabouts, and he said he knew someone who said bits and stuff. He told me that he knew someone who in the middle, gangrene is a type of tissue death caused by lack of blood supply. Okay, but it's not funny.
Stop with this.
Okay, good. Me very seriously going.
I wasn't even listening to you.
Okay, well it's not funny. What were you laughing at, my friend?
One of our friends
Yes.
sent us a new thing that says,
Oh, I think I saw it.
gorillas perform. Oh my god.
Palming.
Gorillas perform oral sex at Bronx Zoo. Humans horrified, and then someone responded to that saying, "I hope they perform Feel Good Inc. next."
That makes me laugh because they have an album called Humans. Anyway.
Oh, I feel like I'm dying.
Oh dear. This is like me at the train station.
Real.
And everyone was like, what is wrong with you? What was I going to say? You said something about something. Gang. I was going to say, yeah, he's someone I told who I said like, oh yeah, I can't stop saying swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, I know someone who says bits and stuff.
Bits and stuff is amazing.
Right? Like they add it. No, it wasn't swings and roundabouts that I was talking about. It was how I keep ending my sentences with but. Or like, but
yeah.
I kept going like, but yeah, or but. Which is like a thing of being like unsure of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll be like.
See, when you say it, in my head I'm just thinking of this, it's like you say something, you're like, but...
It's like a self-doubt thing. You know when
Yeah.
you know when you say but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like that. I'll be like, but yeah.
But yeah.
But
yeah, I
yeah.
don't know. Like, you can't say something surely, because what if they're
Yeah.
surely?
I have to be like, but yeah.
Sure of yourself. Cause,
But I don't know. But yeah, maybe. But I've stopped doing it, I think, most of the time.
I think so, I haven't noticed it.
I haven't noticed it. I was noticing it probably for like a couple weeks ago. I was saying it after every single sentence. It was me squeaking.
I sound like a duck.
Yeah, it wasn't a duck though. There's no duck in here. But anyway,
Shocking.
I
thought
but
there was.
and then you told me about bits and stuff, and I like bits and
I want to
stuff
use bits and stuff in my real life and that.
in real life and that and bits and stuff.
Bits and stuff.
So like say
Stuff
something.
and bits.
Ask me like a question.
Okay. Stuff and bits is not so good.
Ask me a question. Ask me a question.
Is there a duck in here?
No, I don't think so. Bits and stuff.
I don't know if they would say it like that.
Yeah.
Oh, just after everything.
Like you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go get a drink and bits and stuff. I'm gonna go put the
love
bed
it.
away
That's
and
just-
bits and stuff.
There's something just so like
It's
whimsical
charming,
and like
yeah.
yeah.
And bits and stuff.
bits and stuff.
True, bits and parts. From Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Bits and parts. Yeah, I like bits and
Bits and
stuff.
stuff is just like, don't hug me, I'm scared. That's real.
Bits and stuff. And bits
God.
and stuff. We should start saying that. This is like when I said that we should swap out saying the word but to mean what it actually, like to mean bum,
Yeah.
to say bum. And everybody didn't get me.
What were we talking about when we were saying that we should start swapping out every time we say something to but?
I don't know, but I was just being like, oh yeah, no, I do think that Coca-Cola's good. Bum, I prefer.
That was it. That was
cherry Pepsi.
We were saying to say bum
Yeah.
to but.
That's what I just explained. Yeah. I still think that that's a shout. Bum.
Bum
Just say it instead
of but.
of bum.
Yeah, real. Just
No
say
one needs
bum.
to say bum. They should say bum. It's hard to get used to.
Bum,
but
they should.
Bum, they should.
I'd have to, yeah.
You have to
practice.
think about it. Yeah.
But once you get it, you've got it.
Once you get it, you got it.
Although,
And then
that would be horrific if you're talking to someone new and then instead
Well,
of
yeah,
saying
no, you
but, you
can't-
say bum. Oh my God.
everyone has to be saying it before we start saying it. Okay, we can't just start saying it to random people who don't say it.
Imagine, that would be horrific.
No,
I
yeah,
think
you
I'd lose
can't
my
do that.
life.
You can't do that. Okay.
They'd kill me. I'm scared. They're gonna kill me. Why would I do that? What for you, Nia? Start saying bum.
When you said I'm gonna lose my life, I thought that was like a PG way of saying you were gonna kill yourself, and then you were like, they're gonna kill me, and I was like, who's gonna kill him? And then I have a couple more things to mention afterwards that aren't in scenes that are about like style of.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, is that all you've got left?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do the rest of my scenes. I like. Oh, I've lost it now. Oh, he pulls. They're like trying to fuck the dog away. What is wrong with my hair?
They're trying to fuck the dog away. Why did they fuck the dog?
They were
Fight
fighting the
Okay,
dog,
good, I'm glad,
and
I'm
they
glad.
pull up the eyelids of the dog.
Oh my god, no, yes, you're right. Okay, you know what? So it was still animal abuse. You see the way, but it was messed up. It was messed up.
Yeah, they like lift the. Should I do it?
No,
You sure?
you'll make me upset. I put that this.
I also wrote Hakuna Matata.
I don't remember anyone saying that in this movie.
So
I
why?
liked in this
Hakuna.
something about this movie.
I don't
is
think that's how you
that
say it.
Hakuna
Hakuna.
Matata.
Okay.
But you're saying like matata. But maybe it is matata. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing phrase. Yeah, okay.
It means
We've
no worries.
for the rest of your days.
Sorry.
It's our problem
Free
philosophy. We can sing things, right? That's not like
Hakuna. Yeah.
Hakuna Matata.
Because it's us.
Yeah, because it's our
It's not
voices.
clip, it's not recorded.
You know what my favourite one in that movie is?
Yeah.
Underrated song from that movie. Can you feel the love tonight? That's in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Neela. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. And then I just said right at the end, new toys.
New toys.
They got all their new toys.
Got all the new
Anyway.
toys.
Go ahead with your
Description-y
things.
I put like most of my notes are about the animation style.
Yeah, that's
Because
real.
well, first of all, right, it turned me on.
What? It turns you on?
No, listen, no, it doesn't. I said the wrong thing. What's it called? A Freudian slip. Oh no, that suggests I actually mean it. No, okay, not a Freudian slip, just a normal slip. Just a normal slip. It turned on. It turned on. It turned on.
Yeah.
I keep knocking it. Okay, it turned on. And it reminded me of like when we started watching Monsters vs. Aliens. And we were just like, maybe I've mentioned it in this
Does
episode.
that turn you on too?
Shut up! Maybe we mentioned. Have I mentioned it while we were recording? Do you remember me mentioning this?
I remember thinking you should have, but I don't know if you did or not.
Okay, well, either way, you can cut it out if I did. Monsters vs. Aliens. We started watching it this with my sister, and we just suddenly realised that, oh my god, the animation style is awful. You can see every individual one of her hairs.
Yeah, real.
It looks like those videos that are like with blank many hairs, and like it gets more and more natural.
We've talked about this in a different episode. I think
No.
maybe we cut it out, but we've had this
Something is
conversation before.
We're getting deja vu. They put a lot of detail into really weird things. So like, there's paint on the door that's like chipped.
Oh yeah.
And there's like cactuses on the bed sheets, but then like anything that's wood looks like it's been gone over with like a wood brush. Like it's very 2D
Yeah.
wood. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? 2D
Yeah,
wood
literally.
design. Like
I
it's
think that's
so
like everything
weird.
though.
Yeah, everything has weird like attention to detail on certain things, and then so bad on other things.
It's like they put so much detail into Sid's room, but Sid, his face still looks horrifying. So I don't know.
And I'm like, they put dirt on one of the cars, like loads of dirt.
Yeah.
Really detailed dirt on the car. But the dog shapeshifts.
I got no paws.
And yeah, it has no paws, just has blobs for feet. Like, could you not have paid attention to some living things?
Right? I
You know?
don't
Like, Andy looks like a horrific little freak.
the sister, like baby,
Disgusting.
horrific. All the people, horrific.
And that was my last note.
Oh, cool. Oh my god, we did it!
Okay, so shall we do our final Letterboxd. You can do first.
You sure? I always go first.
Go first, yeah.
I give it 2.5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about it.
Yeah.
Why? Because
how we need to leave space for the next ones.
These space for the next ones, and plus I never pick it. And my review was Toy Story. Buzz has an oh my god, I fucked that up. The delivery could have been perfect. Yeah. Existential crisis.
You could cut out the part where you mess it up. So it sounds like, no, I meant as in like just go.
No.
Buzz has a fix it. Okay. My review for Toy Story 1995. I gave it 3 stars.
Sorry. It's lovely that you put the 1995 as part of, like, the title.
And I put, why do all these grown-ass toys want the love of a small child? And I'm sorry that I put that, but I did, and it's too late to change it, so...
Yeah, well, that's...
You know what, my February reviews have been a bit off the henny. If anything's been off the henny, it's my February
mine haven't.
reviews. That was our review, that was our discussion of, well, some of it was about Toy Story.
If you're wondering, because I'm going to keep this in, we are ending it at 3 hours and, well, about 2 minutes, so...
Yeah. We had a fun time.
Next, we don't know what we're doing next, so don't even ask. Bye!
Well, next out... Oh, no.
Well, that doesn't matter to them. This will be out after that.
I'm getting confused. Okay.
We're just too
Goodbye from GRZLY.
Goodbye.